And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Off to the races we go. It is Friday. Have you ever looked at a light wrong and thought you were going to sneeze? Did that ever happen to you? Boy, I looked at one a moment ago and I thought it was going to get me. How are you today? We hope wonderful as we begin this Friday. It's going to be a great weekend. Already August the 15th. We're halfway through this month already. I can't tell you how fast it has been. We've got a lot of details of what went on yesterday. Julia is going to be back. The entire crew is Fun Friday rolls in. I'm also hearing we're getting samples of food. That's what the crowd is telling me. It's Food Friday, right?
Yes.
Food Friday. Odie's all over this. We got samples to try from somewhere. Could be chunky. What part of the world is it from?
Collinsville.
Collinsville food. Uh-oh. We'll tell you all about it beginning at 7. Join us, won't you? We'll give you the forecast in just a moment. We've got a bunch of headlines to talk about. Let's go get our good word of the day. Let's go to Collinsville now.
One of the biggest shows in TV history is Cheers. Now, it aired 11 years between 1982 and 1993, starring Ted Danson as the main character, Sam Malone, all throughout. It was primarily shot in the bar that Sam owned, named Cheers. And for those who are familiar with the show, we can never forget that classic theme. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. Now, more than being true of a bar, this should be true of the church. And Apostle John closes out his letter pointing to this. He tenderly closes, "Peace be to you. The friends greet you. Greet the friends each by name." Now, that final verse might seem like a simple goodbye, but it reveals something beautiful about the Christian community, being known personally and loved intentionally. John didn't just send a generic farewell. He encouraged the believers to greet each other by name. That's more than politeness, y'all. It's personal care. And so in a world that kind of feels anonymous and overlooked and unseen, this verse reminds us that being known matters. The church isn't just a crowd, it's a family where names are remembered and lives are shared. And even more deeply, we're known by God Himself. Jesus said, "I call my sheep by name." So today, be encouraged that you're not forgotten. In the body of Christ, you belong. In the heart of God, you're seen. And as we extend that same kind of intentional care to others, greeting them by name, remembering who they are and their stories, we reflect the love of the one who knows us best. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Hope you enjoyed that. Always a good message from Brother Ben. He'll be there Sunday morning, beginning about 10:15. We hope you'll do that. I want to remind you as you're out and about early this morning, let's go to radar before we begin our headlines. There's a lot of fog out here. Clark County, Kemper County, Newton County, Jasper County, even a little bit into the Butler, Alabama area as we go here anywhere around Riderwood, Alabama. Y'all be careful as you're traveling out of 19 and you go into Alabama 10 there toward Lisbon. It's going to be a lot of fog. Be careful. Extra thick from Meridian all the way to Quitman this morning. So use caution. Drive a little bit slower. School buses are amongst us now. They're everywhere. Watch for those kiddos this morning as you begin your day. As we go to headlines shaping America this morning, the Amish is where we begin our story in Michigan. 6 are dead after they were involved in a crash with a truck. We send condolences to that community, a very well tight-knit group, and we certainly hate that. We go to New York City to an ICE detention facility. Powdery substance has been found there. Who would do that? I'm not real sure, but it has been found. A large response was put into this, and they will track down most likely who mailed this to them. But that's the first of this that I've seen in a while. I hadn't heard of these envelopes being mailed in quite some time. They're going to finally end this as they've been gone for 2 weeks. The Democrats are going to be headed back to Texas. Are you up to date on this? As they staged their walkout, flew out of state, so they couldn't redistrict. They'll have to face it at some point, but they're headed back at this point. They haven't given the exact date that they'll return. I don't know if you remember this guy. I didn't know he was running for governor of South Carolina, but the chair of South Carolina's Democratic Party is asking Mullins McLeod to discontinue his campaign for governor of the state. He's a Democrat. Why would they ask him to do that? Well, it was all about a 30-minute rant in the backseat of a patrol car in his underwear that has really hurt his chances to become governor. You definitely can't make this stuff up. The video finally came out. It will not help him at all. The federal government, things are a little bit different now. We've all seen these where people brag, maybe it is, and I'm trying to find the exact wording on this, brag about things that are borderline, you shouldn't be doing it. I'm not going to say illegal. I'm going to say you shouldn't be doing it if you're getting government assistance. EBT abuse is where I'm going with this. It was a lady who took to TikTok to brag about it. She was 28 years old, mother of 9 children with triplets on the way. Made videos about spending thousands of dollars each month with her EBT card. It has been canceled. And I had to look this up. Malaysia. This is a different country. You don't hear about this much in the United States, but it's become a funny thing there. Someone has been stealing underwear in the middle of the night. Apparently it's a bigger thing in Malaysia to hang your clothes out on a line like we used to do in the Deep South. Everybody was walking stiff. That's why they chose dryers with those little bounce pads. But apparently it's a big thing there to still hang your underwear out at night, let them dry from washing them, and they've got a thief amongst them. Here's something, I'm not sure if it's because what has caused this, but the U.S., the drinking rate is the lowest that it's ever been in 90 years. Americans are turning away from drinking like they never have before. It's fallen to 54% in the U.S. of A. that identifies a drinker. And what's causing that? No, it's not that they're going to church, because we're at the lowest of people that attend church now. Something to ponder on. I don't have the answer to that. Every now and then we'll mention somebody from another part of the U.S. of A. that has made an impact somewhere. We have an attorney. His name was Jerry Spence. He was a famed defense attorney. He's passed away in Wyoming at the age of 96. He's done a lot of things. What all did he do? The Ruby Ridge standoff, he was a part of that. He was one of the attorneys that represented that. And his list goes on and on of famous cases that he helped out with. But 96 has passed away. KISS is sort of the group changed their stance back in 2016. They didn't think a lot of Donald Trump. Doesn't seem to be a problem now if they're going to be inducted to the Kennedy Center. Kind of happy about it. Smiling. That's good. I'm glad they've let bygones be bygones. I have never seen this in the U.S. of A., and a lot of you watch from other parts of the country. It's just not a big problem here. Grizzly bears. The closest I've ever been to this is Grizzly Adams, if y'all remember the show as a kid. Maybe a little Gentle Ben. But in Canada, they've got a bear warning out. Can you imagine doing bear warnings? We'd have fun with it, of course, but bear warnings. They've had all types of trouble with them on the trails of people that are hiking being chased or attacked by them. We go to Montana, back in the U.S. of A., to where we've got somebody deep in trouble. Apparently, if you go on a grizzly bear hunt, you've got X amount of days in the U.S. of A. to report this to the Wildlife Department of Fisheries and Hunting. He did not. It was a Montana outfitter. They're looking at fining him $10,000. Apparently, there's a 2-week limit of when you report it. It's documented because he put it on Facebook. They know. While Gavin Newsom was busy giving a speech inside, the folks outside gathered around to listen to him were illegal. Quite a few were arrested at his little rally outside. I look at this, and there's more people, but this goes across party lines. At the end of the day, no matter how you voted, you're an American like I am. Most of us believe in God, family, and country, and most of us in that order. There are some that don't. And you want the best for your family. You want them to be protected. It doesn't matter who's in the White House or who's in the governor's seat. You want your family protected. You want to be able to go to work and feel like you can do your job and go home safely. It's so much that Donald Trump is up 14 points nationwide at this point as people agree with the way he's handling crime. It's a no-nonsense. You broke the law. Here you go. Schumer, Chuck, y'all know who I'm talking about. And as a kid, we would have never seen this. Now, let's be honest. Have I said probably an ugly word in my life that I shouldn't have? Absolutely. Most of us have said words we shouldn't. But to do it on national television and to be a leader is not the thing to do. As Schumer gives a speech, and it's profanity-laced. It's just not the thing to do when you're a leader. You know why? Because there's kids that look up to you. That's one of the reasons. And well, the other one is it just isn't right. While all of this is going on in Washington, D.C., the mayor of D.C. decided to go to Martha's Vineyard. Said she had a prior obligation with family members. A lot of people are starting to call this an alleged vacation while there's turmoil in the city. How do you know when you're doing a bad job? I've often heard, and this truly does happen in law enforcement agencies, if they think there's a leak, they don't tell everybody involved what's going on. Like a neighboring agency, they don't want them to know in case they got someone in their department that leaks information. They won't put it out, and it'll be sort of like a sting. Pam Bondi, I guess we'll just call her the Sting. She's appointed the DE administrator as the emergency DC police chief. And the reason is the current police chief has got the city in a turmoil. That's why they're there. They're not letting that person make any decisions. Odie, you ever burned a candle at night when you go to sleep?
No.
Okay, me either. I'll put it at this. I'm not poking fun, but I have a lot of man friends that tote man cards. And never they burn a candle to go to sleep for the smell of that. Not poking fun. I guess there's just different parts of the U.S. of A. A guy out in L.A. lit a candle. He worked overnight. He was a general manager of a national chain, lit a candle to go to sleep. He woke up to a fire. His Labrador saved him. That's good news. But again, I don't know any of, my wife buys candles, and I couldn't tell you how many. I can walk by and never notice them. I've never had the urge to light a candle in my life, as a matter of fact. I don't even like candlelit dinners. You want to know why? You can't see your food. That's just me. But seriously, when the lights go out, I know there's a lot of people that have a candle as a backup if we lose power. Be careful with those things. They will burn your place down. And for heaven's bid, never go to sleep burning a candle. Arnold says martial law is coming. I'm sure in some areas it's that bad that we do need it. Now remember, with martial law, you have no rights. Of this, you got to be read your rights. When they jump out, you have none. Remember that. If it ever comes to that, there is no such thing as you have rights to do this as an American citizen. All of that is taken away. Should it come to that? Again, there's portions of the U.S. of A. that probably need that. Looks like they're going to be making some people move as we see that some of these, is it dope? Is that the way to word it? Marijuana shops in New York City have opened too close to schools, and they will have to close them. Who would let that happen to begin with? Someone who's not a leader. I'll go ahead and spell it out in case you don't know it. Shouldn't be near a school, shouldn't be taught to kids at all. Mississippi has made national headlines this morning as we go there. The Supreme Court is going to allow the great state of Mississippi to enact a social media law requiring age verification for children. That is happening now in the state of Mississippi. It just got approved. There were those that were fighting it. Let's see what else we've got this morning. We have a teen that's been missing for 1 week after going on vacation in Florida. It's an 18-year-old from North Carolina missing for 1 week. We certainly hope they are found safely before it's all said and done. We go to New York. This is tragedy. I watched this unfold yesterday in Florida. A New York teen went to Florida on vacation, just graduated, killed in a jet ski accident. That's awful, is it not? Going through high school and your life is just beginning. Today could be historic. We don't know how this will turn out. But Alaska, all eyes are on Alaska. They don't get a lot of attention, not since Sarah Palin is going to be the summit where they meet. Trump and Putin will be there today to discuss it. Now, there's also rumor that Zelensky could make an appearance, maybe. That's not 100% confirmed. I'm not sure if they've got him kind of standing by if things work out good that he could be brought into the meeting. We'll see that. New Mexico. I don't know a whole lot about New Mexico. I've been there as a kid. Then I watched Walter White. As we all know, Breaking Bad, that was kind of based out in that area of New Mexico. They had a candidate that is going to jail today. This was back in 2020. He lost. He took shots at the people who beat him in the election. He will now spend the next 80 years of his life in jail. That's the end of his life, is it not? Kellogg's has made an announcement. They will remove artificial dyes from cereals by the end of 2027. And I don't know if that will make it taste different or if it just gives it a color. I'm not 100% sure on that. But those colors will be disappearing there. It looks like Tennessee is approving a prison that went out of business. They've approved it to be a immigration detention facility. Mason, Tennessee, cashing in on this as they can help out with our troubles in the U.S. of A. Now, they're getting hurdles as we move to Texas. Fort Bliss is where this is happening, where they've been trying to build a detention center. It's been blocked and blocked as everybody. They're trying to stop it. Even saying that the bidding was not done properly to slow the pace down of this facility being built, is what I meant. We fight amongst ourselves a lot, don't we? Let's see what is happening now. A man accused of faking his own death and fleeing the U.S. is now convicted of rape. He was sent back. He's faced it. He's headed off to jail now. He's going to get what he deserves out of that. Let's see what else we've got. The Cubs, as we go there. And I'm not going to be able to pronounce this guy's name, but we're going to call him Miguel Amaya. Is that close? Amaya? A-M-A-Y-A. How do you pronounce that, Greg? Amaya. Well, he just got back from an injury. Was in his first game. He got hurt again. He's out one more time. I don't. As a lot of times there's headlines, and it will take months for things to come out. This is all alleged. A group alleging that Priscilla Presley hurried up the death of Lisa Marie where she could gain access to Elvis's stuff. That was still her daughter. I don't believe all of that whatsoever. That's just some of the headlines that are out there as they. That's sad. Elvis, we all loved it. As a matter of fact, I watched some Elvis this morning. You need to start each day with a little Elvis there. She's showing up with her sunglasses on. This could be a wild show, y'all. It's no tires on the car. That's all coming up this morning at 7, the morning show. We'll be right back with your forecast. Stay with us. We'll let you know all about that.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right. Good, reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA.
Welcome back as we get into our forecast this morning, our record highs and record lows. Back in 1981, it was 104 today. If you remember the year of 2004, we set a record low of 51 on this date. Now, today is no record breaker, but it will be warm. A high of 94, heat index to climb all the way to 103. Jackson's still waiting on getting their forecast together as we go to Alabama. 93 today, 92 in Birmingham. We'll even see that over in Anniston, over in Auburn. Should be around 92 with chances of rain throughout the state there. We do have this all the way through Sunday here, this warmer weather, about 105 in the Meridian area, anywhere east of Jackson to the state line, south of Laurel, Hattiesburg, those areas, and back west, we should see heat indexes of around 110. As you look at this warm weather out to our west, that will return to the south before long. As we look at our forecast today, that high of 94, 50% chance of afternoon showers should roll in sometime after 1 o'clock this afternoon. And again, that heat index reaching about 103, even though it says 94. Tonight's low about 74. We're decreasing tomorrow to a 40% chance of showers. By Sunday, it's good, down to a 20% chance, and it will be smidgens of chances of rain on Monday and Tuesday, and then start increasing toward the weekend as we look at this. Record highs, look at that. We're getting back up into those upper 90s there, 96 by next Wednesday as we go another week into this. Then we'll have a drop after the rain starts coming in there. We'll get highs of around 90, nighttime lows around 70 all the way toward the 29th. Really, this year we've been fortunate on this because there hadn't been any triple-digit days so far. We've had them in the past. We just hadn't happened yet this year. As we go to our fishing forecast, we're out to Clarkdale Superette. Calm wind today. As we look at those great fishing times this afternoon around 4:30 to 6:30. And then again this morning we should have a decent time to fish there around 10:30 till 11:30. Sunrise happened at 6:18 this morning. Sunset rolls in at 7:40 this morning. Make use of that. Now let's go back to radar and let me show you what's going on with this. We mentioned we have fog that is showing up throughout Lauderdale and Clark County and those areas there as we pull up the radar. Let's go back and look at this. There it is. It's thick and thicker in the Meridian area. Anywhere east of the I-20-59 split over to York, Alabama, it's going to be bad there. Also, Energy, Snail, as we go up Highway 45, even all right through the middle of 2 Mile Bottom up to Scuba. It's going to be thick. This will go all the way to the county line there, start breaking off around Macon, and then we'll just have that heat index. All this heavy fog will begin there in Newton as well on I-20. Dangerous stretch of highway for fog. Watch what you're doing. Watch these 4 lanes as you cross them. We've got a bunch of that. No rain showing up in Mississippi at this point. We got a little bit around Huntsville, Alabama, Chattanooga. It's a little bit of a fog this morning. As we look at the coast, looks pretty good there. We're watching this system here. This is what we got going on here. It's unknown. And if you were to look at this, it would go right up toward Laredo if this holds together. And most likely we'll take that path there. Again, we're watching this as this will reach a full-scale Category 3 before it's all said and done. As we look at this, this is what's happening with Tropical Storm Erin, which will by tomorrow and the early morning hours develop into a full-scale hurricane, a level 1. By Saturday afternoon, increasing to a level 2. And by Sunday afternoon, reaching a Cat 4. And by Monday, look at that, it will be a Cat 4 by Monday. But again, the good news is it's going to turn away from the U.S. coastline. That's what we're proud of. So as we watch all this, a little bit of a rain system out of the Gulf of America going in toward Laredo. It's not going to affect Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana area at all. As always, we'll watch the weather for you. We're minutes away from kicking off the morning show. It all gets underway at 7 a.m. Everybody's here. She's got her hair down, sunglasses, and maybe a smile. Is that a smile over there, Greg?
Greg's rolling.
I think it was more she was gritting her teeth.
Had to come back to work. Join us. It all begins at 7 here at the Scotty Ray Report.